the success of life lies in proceeding against all odds. We should have the courage, vigor and vitality to fight for our legitimate needs. Wish you all a great and blissful day. Saint Chavara lived what he preached like his soul master Jesus with clear mission and vision. Let's have the glimpse of a committed secularist, Saint Chavara, a brave son of Syro-Malabar Church. Saint Kuriakose Elias Chavara, a simple ordinary priest of the 19th century, is venerated as a saint of today and forever. His vast thirst for knowledge, as well as his deep spiritual insight, fervid eloquence, brilliant conversation, broad human sympathy, made an irresistible appeal to many who came in contact with him. Saint Kuriakose Elias Chavara is a multidimensional revolutionary, the one who made the desert bloom, a man who held the masses to his bosom, a powerful and inspiring social and spiritual force that revitalized the society of his time. He is indeed a living flame that enlightens us, a great regenerator that enriches the culture, and a stimulating spirit that renews the manifold spheres of our daily life. Saint Chavara was born in Kerala 10 February 1805. His family atmosphere was the strongest foundation for his blessed life. He was an innovative educationist, a social reformer of 19th century in Kerala. Having perceived the role of education for the development of a society, he introduced different educational reformation programs which laid for a just and equitable society in Kerala at that time. He aimed at the growth of the individual from the narrow boundary of self and doing good for the society. His close-knit relationship with God resulted in getting more meaningful life patterns in the society. His efforts at providing a platform for God experience, education for all, women empowerment, upliftment of Dalit and the poor, and extending concern for sick and dying gave the message of the advent of new golden era to humanity. If Rajaram Mohan Rai is called the father of Indian Renaissance, in case of Kerala, Chavara merits the title the father of modernity in Kerala. It was the progressive measures adopted by Chavara in the mid-19th century which paved the way for the development of modern Kerala society. Chavara interiorized his spiritual life and subjects of his preaching and allowing them to transform him internally, and thus he could perform his manifold duties and responsibilities. Indeed, very correctly he is called a Yug Purush, a great monk, a mystical poet, and a man of literature who compiled 3 major poems and many literary prose works. The analysis of his prose, so pearls of literature flowed, a powerful life of devotion. Mystical experience is the highest and purest form of knowledge and experience. His inner thirst for knowledge helped him to have the mastery over English, Tamil, Sanskrit, Latin, Portuguese, and Italian, besides Malayalam. While speaking about this, I would like to mention that was not a period of Google or Facebook. The seed of modern era was deep rooted by Saint Chavara, whose great effort opened St. Joseph's Press at Mananam in Kerala in 1846. He encouraged and trained local people in printing and binding. At that century, he understood the value of modernization of society and the value of technology and its importance in common people's life. His thirst to impart knowledge and interest in culture gave birth to the first Malayalam daily, Deepika. Really a grand salute to his farsightedness and progressive thinking. The communal and social milieu of Kerala of the 19th century had prompted Vivekananda to call Kerala a lunatic asylum or a madhouse. The 19th century Kerala society was not based on the principles of social freedom and equality. Slavery in the primitive form with all its atrocities prevailed. Chavara reacted vigorously against this practice. He exhorted that those who labor deserve just wages, that it was the price of their sweat, it was their right, denying it was more sinful than the deadly sins. Here, he didn't see who is Christian, who is Hindu. He fought for all, irrespective of caste, creed, sex, and religion. A true secular reformer. For him, humanity was his religion. Women of lower caste suffered abuses and violence at the hands of the mighty and were denied education. Saint Chavara's far-sighted vision held women has to be examined on this background. He held women in high regard and believed that they would play a vital role in society's development. This instance shows that Saint Chavara, a great social reformer ahead of times. Saint Chavara was the founder of CMI and CMC in the year 1866 on 13th Feb. The first religious congregation for women, that is CMC, was founded by Saint Chavara at Kunnamau in Kerala. This new congregation was meant to be an effective agent of the uplift, reform and well-being of women at a time when the women were deprived of everything. The mustard seed sown at that time has become a big tree with spread out branches covering Kerala and at a large doing a tremendous services in the field of education, social service, medical care and so on. This shows a secular belief in the upliftment of women. As the bright light shining in the darkness, so was Kuriakose Chavara's preaching to the people of his time, and its sparks will never fade. Saint Chavara, a rare gem of inevitable value, whose unique principles emerging in every generation as a torch-bearer of truth. A great missionary who was very well knew the importance of the role of schools in the development of community and society. He had a great respect for Hindu spirituality and Indian philosophy. He opened the first Catholic Sanskrit school at Mananam in 1846 and instructed every church should send 2 students each for studying there. Untouchability was widespread at the time of Kuriakose Chavara. He made a revolutionary step admitting the low-caste children to his schools and made arrangement to give midday meal, books and clothing. Later on, this was taken by the government of India as compulsory free primary education for all. He started the custom of collecting handful of rice for the benefit of the downtrodden. Because of all such deeds, he is righteously called the champion of education and a great spiritual guru. Today, we live in a world of absurdity caused by consumerism and materialism. We are able to reach Moon and Mars, but no time to talk to our family members and neighbors. Saint Chavara at that time preached for the love, concern and bonding in families is very necessary. Former President R. Venkataraman spoke at the postage stamp release function held on 20th December 1987 at Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, as Saint Chavara is remembered as a profound scholar, an educationist, a builder of institutions for the underprivileged, the illiterate, the destitute and the needy. In the opinion of Sri P. Ramachandran, the former governor of Kerala, Saint Chavara, a mortal by the means of humanitarian contributions that he made over 6.5 decades, cast in the mold of immortal humanity as an illustrious scholar, prolific writer, genuine poet, multilinguistic, efficient organizer, eminent educator, and as the one who brought about the renewal in the families of his time and locality. The name of Chavara has been immortalized in the Indian soil and in the hearts of many. Following the footsteps of this great committed secularist, Saint Chavara, let's work together to spread the essence of universal brotherhood. With this, I conclude. Thank you.